talented umpires, accomplished umpires, umpires ascending in their NCAA careers, all attended the Collegiate Officials Group Inaugural Four-Man Workshop as students. The workshop concept, a vision of COG president and College World Series umpire Darren Seeley, dates back to his experience working postseason NCAA baseball.
I wanted us to have somewhat of a blueprint to help them get a head start on this, because it was something that I wanted as an umpire. I wish someone would have actually taught me how to work four-man instead of me having to learn it through bits and pieces as I worked through it.
Now the throw comes in, I've got everything in front of me.
Instructor staff composition was vital, specifically professional umpires with extensive experience working four-man mechanics who also possessed the ability to teach, motivate, and challenge.
These guys actually worked one-on-one. They took the weaknesses of the umpires. Umpires who've been working regionals for many years. Some guys worked 2 years, some guys have worked 8 or 9 years, but each one of them, they all have weaknesses in their game still. And those umpires were humble enough to go to Lance, go to these other instructors and say, this is my weak point, I need help. And the great part about this with these instructors were, you know what? They took the time and said, okay, this is where you need help at. Let's work on this one thing to help you get better.
With an exceptional instructor staff in place, the final piece was the presence of George Troches. In short order, the NCAA Baseball National Coordinator identified the workshop's value to the umpires and the NCAA.
This is critically important. I think this is exciting. Obviously, we got excellent teachers here, and for me to be here to see some of this is tremendous.
George is right. I think that we opened the eyes of people that didn't see the detail. And the level of detail that we were able to get into was a level of detail that these people were ready to take and make a part of their game.
This process began at Seton Hall University, where the Pirates played an inter-squad game. Students observed from the stands, with Lance Barrett and Chris Hubler there to explain position-specific and collective crew responsibilities.
But that's a play that's bit me in the butt a lot of times.
Demonstrating the positioning and movements unique to the four-man system was a crew comprised of Darren Seeley on the plate, along with Gabe Morales, Brian DeBrouwer, and Dave Susi.
Like, to me right there, that is absolute perfect. Because now you're seeing that wedge. The other side, you got too much stuff where he's covering and he's going to slide to the furthest point away, and you're trying to get an angle from the, All right, so this is one. Now, this is where you got to read the play. You see where Seuss is? That's an obvious double, right? So there's no need on that one to come running all the way in, because now the throw is going to clear and run all the way back out. That makes it easy, because if you're sliding at me, there's only 3 places the tag's going to happen. They're going to drop it straight down on this side or that side. It's a matter of one step. So there, like where Seuss stayed put, the guy rounded. Now if there's a throw back in, I've got the throw coming in and the guy's sliding at me. Now that same thing, the second base guy is going to take absolutely everything to left field unless it's a fair foul decision, because he's got tag up responsibility at third and or play back in. So why have him go out on a routine fly ball to left field where he's got to bust in? Instead of just send him out, he comes down to third base and the guy comes inside keeping everything in front of him. It's just chopping up the responsibility, making it easier. Yeah. See, now he comes in. So exactly what we were talking about right there.
Following the final pitch, the night of learning continued with an impromptu session on the field.
You can sit in the stands and, the instructors here can sit there and point out all the flaws they see on the field. But to actually be able to take the class out, the group, the campers out, and walk on the field and show them, hey, this umpire right here, you know what? He's worked probably 700 games in professional baseball over the course of his career, and yet he didn't do this right or he didn't do that right. And to show them on the field so they have an actual sense of it, of what the distances are, what the angles are like, what the timing is like. It gives us just a better perspective than able just to be able to sit and watch from the stands.
Hours later, a chilly fall Saturday morning greeted the assembled workshop group on the campus of Division III 2015 College World Series participant, Ramapo College.
What we did in that workshop was we took people that had been there, done that, and showed them something new to add on to their game in a way that they might not have ever thought about before.
Later in the day, the vast number of innings throughout the tri-state area provided invaluable experience for the umpires to take the mechanics taught and apply them on the field, all under the watchful eyes of COG instructors. The dynamic that played out at all of the workshop sites was reflected at NEC member Fairleigh Dickinson University, where they debuted new stadium seating.
You know what I'm saying? Be careful, don't ask.
3-2, 2 outs. That's one of those ones where he's running out to the outfield to get there. There's no reason to run out there. Stay with the play. You got plenty of time to get out there for an overthrow and the batter runner coming in a second. It's okay to hang out and watch the play. I mean, on the off chance you have to contribute something to a wide tag, drop ball, pull foot, something, you don't want to be saying, well, I was running to the outfield for the potential play that could have developed 10 seconds later. Wow. Out of the windup? Nice. I wasn't using the stretch.
Great reaction to that. Closed a lot of ground. So coming through the base, I guess that would have put him down below it.
That looked a lot better. That looked a lot better. I don't know if you felt comfortable, but it looked smoother. Kind of walked through it a little bit, but. Hey, it looked a lot smoother. I don't know if it felt comfortable or not. Yeah, the only thing, I mean, great timing, great call. Yeah, looked like you kind of were walking through it a little bit, but it looked like you were seeing what you needed to see.
Yeah, I got away from it.
It looked a lot more comfortable.
Appreciate it.
The final day of the workshop took place at the Wadekar Baseball Showcase. Setting the tone and framing the workshop through the eyes of an NCAA administrator was George Troches. What followed was a remarkable day of learning.
How do you advance? You want to know how you advance? This is a good start. Real good start.
This is a very unique camp.
It is.
For the reason that
Very novel.
step up, turn, face the ball, see who's going out. First base guy's out, so you gotta split the difference. You can't go outside because you got a runner on first, right? You know, most camps that you go to, you're starting off with, okay, we got to put a foundation on this house. Step up, turn, face the ball, who's going out? These guys, it's nice. You can talk about the advanced stuff. You don't have to go over the basic 101 stuff. See, this one just walking, slow, slow. Now you can start getting into the art and the science behind the umpiring, you know?
Teachers, I mean, you guys are the teachers.
Now start going right, start going right, start going right, start going right. There you go.
I mean, it's not driven by, you know, another college umpire.
Right.
You know, it's driven by you guys and your prowess to instruct and to help these guys.
And same thing, we're thinking here, you know, a still play, all I want to do is make sure the ball doesn't hit me and turn. Just make sure the ball doesn't hit you and turn, get set. How great of a look was that?
I look at it at my levels. I look at we're always looking at, you know, our guys able to work for them.
Step up, turn. Now get right here. Get right here. See him touch. Now slowly walk out. Now freeze.
Do they understand this? You know, do you put a guy in postseason who's never, you know?
Counts 3-2. Step up, turn, face the ball. Now get right here. Come right here. Now just wait.
We've had situations where we've had, you know, screw-ups because they're not used to format.
Right.
They don't
right.
know.
While the umpire's talent and hard work made an impression on the national coordinator, John Porter was more focused on the simple yet extraordinary dynamic that resulted.
Here are people that have worked regionals, Division I conference tournaments, who think that they're really good, know that they're really good. At the end of that weekend, they're telling me how much they learned.
If the throw's over here, if you're the second base umpire, the throw's here, in order for me to tag him, I'm gonna have to bring the glove back this way.
We're coming to you live from the Multifamily Complex. This is the Darren Seeley Umpire Show. Yeah.